a particular type of fossil fuel that is used in powering vehicles. Petroleum has been widely used and offers people with a lot of advantages. However, just like other energy sources, it also has its own sets of disadvantages. And that is what we are going to discuss today. The advantages of petroleum. It can be extracted easily. These days, it is extremely easy to exploit oil deposits in different geological conditions. Petroleum is also not that difficult to produce, though most of the low-cost locations are already depleted. Petroleum has high density. The average 1 kilogram of burnt oil can generate up to 10,000 kilocalories. This means that for only small amounts, petroleum can generate a substantial amount of energy. Petroleum can be extracted at a low cost. Due to the fact that petroleum production requires reduced technical and physical effort, it is so cheaper compared to other sources of energy. It can easily be transported. Because petroleum is in liquid form, it is just easy to transport. Aside from easy transportation, it can also be stored conveniently. And lastly, it has broad areas for application. Aside from being the primary energy source of power plants to supply the high demands for energy of the modern world, it is used to power machines of all types, including heavy equipment, power generators, and vehicles. Now, let us move on to the disadvantages of petroleum. Its resources are limited. Just like any other fossil fuel, petroleum is a limited resource. High demands for energy by the modern society have stressed the conventional sources of oil reserves. The decrease in supply is clearly indicated by the ever-increasing cost of petroleum on the market these days. Now, power plants are having a hard time extracting petroleum as reserves are nearly drought. In fact, studies reveal that almost half of oil reserves, which is about 2 trillion barrels, have been utilized, where only 1 trillion barrels left. It contributes to environmental pollution. Extracting and burning petroleum generates greenhouse gases that contribute to environmental pollution and, consequently, global warming. This means that degradation of our ecosystems will be made faster if we choose petroleum as our main source of energy. And lastly, its transport can cause oil spills. If petroleum spills into bodies of water, adverse effects in marine life are expected. Spills have caused massive ocean pollution, causing the death of thousands of animals and fish each year. As an example, the BP oil spill had caused billions of dollars in losses. Now, despite the many advantages brought by petroleum, it still cannot be denied that it also leads to unfavorable consequences. So, we need to be aware of these factors and take them as reminders that petroleum needs to be utilized wisely.
Hey, Mr. Ugly. Did you watch the video?
Huh? What video?
You mean you don't understand it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then give me 3 advantages of petroleum. One is fine. What about a disadvantage of petroleum? What is petroleum? Oh, what subject are we studying?
Oh, mathematics.
Oh, mathematics. Okay, so what's 2 plus 2? 2 plus 2.
2 plus 2?
Yeah. God. You can take your time.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Yeah. Hold this for me. Okay, so I'll explain to you again. Petroleum is a fossil fuel that is used to power vehicles. And its advantages are it can be extracted easily and cheaply. And it can be easily transported, and small amounts can generate tremendous amounts of energy. And its disadvantages are pollution, and its transport can cause oil spills. And it is also a limited resource. Now, what have you learned from my class? Nothing. Stupid motherfucker!